What if the vehicle parked in your garage is already hanging by a thread, and the manufacturer behind it might not make it through the coming years? From premium names once celebrated to fresh EV ventures hemorrhaging money, these are 10 automobile brands that could face bankruptcy soon. Let's jump right in, starting with number 10, Lincoln, the overlooked American premium. Lincoln once represented distinction, presidents traveled in them, but today, the brand is battling to remain significant. Vehicles like the Aviator and Nautilus are decent, but not remarkable. Younger luxury consumers are selecting BMW, Mercedes, or Lexus instead. Dependability troubles also persist in haunting the brand, from chassis failures to wiring complications. Combine that with the declining outlet network and you witness a disappearing legend. Unless Lincoln transforms itself rapidly with daring electric vehicles, it could silently vanish. 9. Mitsubishi, operating on empty. Recall when Mitsubishi created motorsport champions like the Lancer Evolution? Those times are distant history. Now the portfolio is limited, primarily crossovers that fade into anonymity. Revenue has declined dramatically and outlet networks are contracting. Even more troubling, the brand has been shaken by controversies, from fuel efficiency deceptions to recall concealment. With weak revenue, antiquated technology, and minimal enthusiasm, Mitsubishi appears more like a phantom brand than a worldwide competitor. If it weren't for Nissan's minority stake keeping it operational, Mitsubishi might already be history. 8. Buick, still trapped in yesterday. For decades, Buick has fought one stereotype, the vehicle for seniors. Despite recent attempts to refresh, that perception hasn't disappeared. Revenue is minimal compared to leading rivals, and younger consumers simply aren't attracted. Many of Buick's crossovers are just rebranded Chevrolets, which undermines authenticity. The outcome? A brand that's too costly for economy buyers and not refined enough for luxury ones. If GM ever chooses to reduce expenses, Buick could be among the initial names eliminated. 7. Genesis, luxury that's dimming. Genesis exploded onto the market, promising BMW-level refinement at a reduced cost. Elegant vehicles, packed interiors, and cutting-edge technology. On the surface, it appeared perfect. But here's the catch. Premium buyers don't seek budget-friendly luxury. They seek prestige. To countless consumers, Genesis still appears like Hyundai wearing a mask. Revenue is climbing, but gradually, and dependability concerns, including recalls for engine stalling and fuel delivery malfunctions, have damaged its reputation. Additionally, most Genesis vehicles are still marketed at Hyundai outlets. For a premium experience, that's a deal-breaker. Unless Genesis distances itself entirely from Hyundai and enhances dependability, it risks disappearing into obscurity. 6. Infiniti, once daring, now barely surviving. Infiniti used to challenge BMW and Lexus. Now it's a fragment of its former glory. In the past 10 years, revenue has plummeted by more than 50%. Numerous outlets have shuttered or combined with Nissan locations. The portfolio keeps contracting, and what remains feels antiquated. The brand's once groundbreaking reputation has been substituted by uninspiring designs and outdated technology. Even more concerning, Infiniti's forthcoming EV strategies keep facing postponements. Without new models or enthusiasm, Infiniti is running out of runway rapidly. 5. Chrysler, the once mighty American symbol. It's difficult to accept that Chrysler, one of America's most established automakers, could disappear. But the indicators are abundant. The portfolio is virtually vacant. The 300 sedan is discontinued, and the Pacifica minivan is the sole consumer vehicle remaining. Even that is surrendering territory to Toyota and Kia. Strategies for a comeback electric crossover were abandoned in 2024, and parent corporation Stellantis has already suggested that Chrysler might not endure beyond 2026. Factor in years of recalls, quality concerns, and outlet difficulties, and it's evident Chrysler is operating on limited time. 4. Nissan, major brand, major troubles. Nissan once dominated the highways with vehicles like the Maxima and 350Z, but years of organizational turmoil and inadequate leadership have driven it to the brink. After its CEO was detained in 2018 for misconduct, the corporation never genuinely bounced back. Revenue has plunged, significant models are eliminated, and EV advancement lags substantially behind rivals. Nissan has forfeited billions and terminated several fresh vehicle initiatives. Even devoted supporters are abandoning. Without a substantial reversal, soon Nissan could become the next major automaker to crumble. 3. Lucid Motors, the Tesla challenger that's failing rapidly. Lucid launched impressively with its premium electric sedan, the Lucid Air. Streamlined, advanced, and claiming over 500 miles of distance. But beneath the excitement, the corporation is consuming cash at an alarming rate. It forfeited nearly $3 billion last year by itself. Manufacturing postponements, supply deficiencies, and quality complications have harmed its standing. Even with Saudi capital support, Lucid is existing on emergency funding. Its crossover, the Gravity, is still postponed, and numerous owners protest about software glitches and maintenance troubles. Lucid might not disappear immediately, but it's hemorrhaging money quicker than its moving vehicles. 2. Fisker, another EV vision gone astray. You'd assume a corporation that already collapsed once would gain wisdom, but Fisker repeated its mistakes. Their Ocean crossover was intended to be an attractive, accessible EV for consumers. Instead, it transformed into a catastrophe. Accounts of vehicles losing capability, entries malfunctioning, and absent software improvements circulated rapidly. By 2024, the corporation was submerged in obligations and declared bankruptcy once more. Now, thousands of Fisker purchasers are abandoned with vehicles that have no maintenance, no components, and no trade-in worth. It's a harsh lesson that not every EV venture can endure. 1. Canoo, from NASA Alliance to complete breakdown. Canoo appeared like the tomorrow of electric delivery vehicles. NASA secured agreements, Walmart requested thousands, and backers injected capital. But inadequate leadership, unsuccessful financing arrangements, and manufacturing obstacles destroyed the corporation. By 2025, Canoo declared bankruptcy, abandoning vacant facilities and frustrated clients. Workers forfeited positions immediately, and purchasers were abandoned with unsupported automobiles. It's one of the most transparent demonstrations of how rapidly excitement can collapse into disaster. So what do all these 10 automobile brands share? They're evidence that no name, regardless of how legendary or refined, is protected if the corporation behind it ceases responding to its consumers, ceases advancing, or fails to adjust to transformation. Some of these brands, like Chrysler, Mitsubishi, and Lincoln, are burdened by decades of inadequate leadership choices and antiquated concepts. If you appreciated this analysis, tap that like button, distribute this video with your fellow automobile enthusiasts, and subscribe for more comprehensive investigations into the reality behind the automobile sector.